Good morning, children. In the last class, we learned the chapter called as the reflection of light by the plane surfaces. Okay, children, and we completed the chapter, and I think you have understood the chapter. Okay, children. Today we'll be going with the new chapter called as the sound. Okay, sound. What do you mean by sound? What do you mean by sound? Sound is a form of energy which gives a sense of hearing. Sound is a form of energy which gives a sense of hearing. Normally, whatever the sound that we get, whatever that we hear, that is called as a sound. Normally, the bell rings. When the bell rings, you hear some sounds. That is called as a what? You are getting the sense of hearing. Therefore, that we call it as, that it is called as a sound. And sound is a form of energy. It is a form of energy, not a source of energy. It is a form of energy. Sound is a form of energy. Which gives a sense of hearing. Which gives a sense of hearing. Sound is a form of energy which gives a sense of hearing. Normally, when we are traveling on the road, we hear different types of the sounds. Okay. Therefore, that is one of the form of energy. It is a form of energy. And as it is giving off sound, that we call it as it giving off the sense of hearing, we call that as the sound. Sound can be of two types, that is music as well as noise. Music and noise. Before that, how the sound travels? Sound travels in the medium. Can it not travel in the absence of the medium? No. Sound cannot travel in the absence of the medium. Compulsory, it requires the medium. Sound requires medium. Sound requires the medium. Sound requires the medium. In the absence of the medium, sound doesn't travel. Okay, children? Sound doesn't travel in the absence of the medium. Compulsory, it requires the medium. Whereas the light doesn't require light can travel in the presence of the medium as well as in the absence of the medium. You know, you are familiar with the different types of the medium. That is, air is a medium, water is a medium, wood is a medium, wall is a medium. All those are all are the types of the medium. Even the ruby, diamond, okay, all are the different types of the medium. Therefore, in order to travel the sound from one place to another place, compulsory we require the medium. Okay, children? And here we can hear the sounds by different instruments. Normally, if we hit an iron substance, it produces of this sound. If we hit a plate, it produces of this sound. If you hit a guitar, it produces this sound. If you beat the tabla, it produces this sound. Okay. Even the trumpet produces this sound. Flute produces this sound. All the musical instruments, they produces the sound. Okay, children? We can hear the different types of these sounds. Some are melodious to us. That means some are very pleasant to be heard, and some are horrible to be heard. Horrible means here we doesn't require. Normally, when we go to a fish market, Okay, when we go to a fish market, there we see that people talking of different things. People will be talking differently. Therefore, there it is not pleasant to hear the sound. Okay, that type of sound is called as the noise. Normally, whenever when a chair, iron chair is fallen down, it produces some sound, which creates the horribleness. Okay, which produces the horribleness, which it is not, which doesn't produce the what? Which doesn't produce us the pleasantness. Okay, that is called as the what? Those are the different types of the sounds, children. Okay, right. And here normally we can hear the sound of water, gala 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 gala. Okay, and here we can hear the sound of whistling sound, that is ela. Okay, here it is given as a way of producing the sound. A few stones rattling in a metal box. Okay, when few stones are rattling, if you keep few stones in a metal box, and if you shake it, we'll hear the sound gala 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 gala. And we can hear the sound of the water when the water is flowing. Recently many floods came in Warangal. There, as the water is, when the water is flowing, we hear the sound. Okay, which gives a harsh sound. Okay, that is a one type of this sound. And in the same way, beating of a bell, someone striking the table with a scale, someone, okay, tring tring, like that it will be giving. Whenever when you take a scale, iron scale, and when you tap it, tap the table, you will get a different sound. When you thumb the ground with shoes, normally the army people, when they are marching, not only army people, in the school also, sometimes during the national festivals, that is Independence Day and the 26th January, okay, Republic Day. In those days, many of the children, they will do the march past. Okay, that march past gives the different sound. Okay, like that ringing of a bell gives the different sound. Okay, and ringing of a plate gives a different sound, whereas ringing of a mobile phone ring gives a different sound. Whenever when we take a wrapper, chocolate wrapper, and if you blow the air into the chocolate wrapper, it gives a different sound. Like that, it gives the different sounds, children. Okay, here the animals produces this sound. Okay, here he is asking that throughout the day we are constantly exposed to different sounds. For example, people talk, birds chirping, like that chirping sound we'll be getting. Okay, and here cries of the animals. Normally during the night time, sometimes the dogs will be crying. The wolf, in movies we'll be seeing that the wolf crying, ooh, like that it will giving of this sound. Okay, animals, sounds of the autos gives a different sound. Motor bikes, some of the children, they will be saying, by hearing of the sound of the vehicle, they'll say that whether it is their car or not, their vehicle or not. Okay, some children, they'll, by hearing to the voice of the sound of the vehicle, they say that our papa has come. Okay, like that. And here the buses. Okay, buses gives the different sounds. Lorries gives the different sounds. Tractors gives a different sound. Trains and music from loudspeakers at public places. Television also gives a different sound. Sound is unavoidable and integral parts of our lives. Normally, sound is unavoidable. That means wherever you go, you will be hearing of the different sounds. Okay, and it is an integral part of our lives. That means we are inculcated with the different types of these sounds. And here we are always surrounded by this sound. In some places, they will say that in some places near the hospitals, they'll keep a signal that not to blow the horn. Okay, like that. Okay children, here it is almost omnipresent. That means they are present with us. Sound plays an important role in our lives. It helps to easily communicate with each other. If there is no sound, we cannot communicate with each other. If there is no language, we cannot communicate with each other. Okay, in order to communicate with each other, we require the language. Language also produces the sound. Okay, that is also one of the sound. Okay, here he is asking that make a list of sounds that you get here in your surroundings. Okay, and here how these sounds are produced. They are produced by the vibrating bodies. Sounds are produced by the vibrating bodies normally. Okay, sounds are produced by the vibrating bodies. Any substance, if it is vibrated, then only it produces this sound. You may ask, sir, you are talking, you are teaching the class, how the sound is produced? The sound is produced by the vibration of my vocal cords. Okay, how do sound travel from one place to another place? Sound travel from one place to another place by what? In the medium. Sound travels from one place to another place in the medium. Are we able to hear all sounds in nature? Most of the sounds we can hear in nature, but some we cannot hear. Those are called as infrasonics and ultrasonics. Okay, we will try to speak answers to some of these similar questions in this chapter. Okay children? Okay, this is about the introduction part of the sound children. The remaining we will be learning in the next class children. Have a good day. Thank you.